or the Pitcher Festival. Of course, the significance is one part of it, but also how India does it is the big question that everyone's asking over and over again. Let me begin that conversation, if I can, with Dr.D.K.Hari and Ms. D.K.HemaHari, who are with us. They're co-founders of BharathGyan. Dr. D.K.Hari, if you were to really explain to some people across the world, because it is the numbers that really leave everyone astounded. We're talking about 400 million people coming together in one space over the course of almost, over a month, about 5 weeks or so. Just the sheer logistics of it is what leaves the world extremely baffled as to how India does it. So if you were to just shed some light on that, if I can just post that question to you, Dr. D.K.Hari and D.K.HemaHari, if you were to explain it to someone, how does India do it?
Sure. Thank you for having us on the show, Erika. The concept of congregations at large confluences is part of the Indian psyche for millennia, and people coming together for such a utsav, as the term says. The term utsav itself in the Indian language means uplifting. So people to experience the concept of anubhava, people have been traveling, and we have a specific term for this in all the Indian languages. It's called yatra, and the people who undertake this yatra are yatri. So we have been having people traversing the land of Bharata through the centuries and millennia repeatedly for different occasions and different events like this. While we are having the Kumbh at Prayagraj starting today, we also have the Ganga Sagar in Bengal happening, where again lakhs and lakhs of people are meeting. So the idea of people moving for such conferences and congregations is a common part of our ecology of the land, ethos of the land, and that's how this civilization has been kept alive through the tumultuous millennia, so that people can interact with each other, take part in events together, and that's the beauty of our civilization itself.
And even as we speak at this exact moment in Sabarimala, it is Makara Jyoti, and there are lakhs of devotees in Sabarimala too today evening. So look at it, you have people in the east, you have people in the north, and you have such a confluence happening even in the south at Sabarimala. So the whole of India right now is in this mode. So it is not something very surprising for India. Such large confluences, large gatherings have been the norm, not just for a year or a decade or a century, but for millennia. And which is why we keep celebrating this every 144 years, every 12 years, and in fact, even every year.
Okay.
And all this is for the experience, the anubhava. That is what is important. And the anubhava is an uplifting anubhava, which is why we rightly call it utsav. All these are Kumbh, Mahotsav, Utsav, the great Utsav. So the land of Bharat, that is India, the civilization itself is a very uplifting civilization, which constantly keeps on celebrating life. And what better way to celebrate life, where you are associated with the waters of which we ourselves are made of, because 70% of our body, our brain, 70% of earth itself is made up of waters. And what better way to celebrate it, being associated with the waters itself. It's amazing.
Yes.
So the concept that we have brought about as a civilization to celebrate with waters is something to be not just said in a casual passing way, but it's to be sort of thought through deeply, the connect of the earth, connect of the humans, connect of a daily life, different waters. So it's not only about a snan, it's not only about a dubki, it's not only about a bath, it's a lot deeper than that. It's connecting your waters with the waters of the earth and thereon with the solar system and beyond. So it's a beautiful connect. It's actually astral connect, earth connect, waters connect, human connect, animal connect.
Okay.
It's a connect with our ecosystem.
Okay.
At a larger level, at a macro level to a micro level.
Okay, I'd also like to pose another question to Mrs. HemaHari. Ms. HemaHari, if you can also shed some light on what separates the Mahakumbh Mela from the Kumbh Mela, and the significance of us coming together every 144 years?
Okay. Actually, there is nothing separating at all, because such kumbhs are happening every year. Every year there is a kumbh happening all over India on different rivers. Because fundamentally, if you see, the kumbh is celebrated as and when Jupiter moves from one zodiac into another. See, just as Earth is going around the sun, it takes 1 year. Now Jupiter also is going around the sun, and being a little farther away, it takes 12 years to complete, 12 Earth years to complete one revolution. So in these 12 years, it coincides beautifully with the 12 zodiacs that we have. So it is like a clock. So the way we have a clock which has 12 markings and we count 12 hours for one half of a day, Jupiter is also, the sky is like a clock. The sky is the clock actually. Fundamentally, all our time emanates from the motions in the sky. And this Jupiter, also the movement of Jupiter against the sun, against the backdrop of the sky, is also a clock. And you have 12 such markings. So we are fundamentally tracking time as and when Jupiter moves. And every time it moves by 1 unit, we have beautifully associated that with one or the other river across the length and breadth of India. So every year you have it happening in different places, and every 12 years it happens on the same river. So, and again, when you take it as 12, again into 12, it becomes 144. And this has been going on. It's endless. You don't even know when it started and how long it's going to keep going on, given the tenacity of Bharat to hold such events and galvanize people into coming and doing such kind of yatra. And that is the culture. Actually, the yatra supports the Kumbh, and the Kumbh are the focus point for such yatra. And together, like we like to say, they keep the culture of the civilization alive.